So here's lesson 5.nf.2. We're going to be solving word problems by adding and subtracting fractions with like denominators. There's no new vocabulary in this lesson. These are the steps that we've already gone over in class. So we'll leave those there for you to refer back to as we're doing our examples. So now I'm going to scroll down past the classroom example to some other examples. You can always go back and look at our steps to help you with your assignment. All right, Cameron has 4 6/7 weeks of summer break left. She spends part of her summer at her aunt's house. Now she has 3 1/7 weeks of summer break. Choose all the number sentences. So I'm thinking there could be more than one correct answer that can be used to find the number of weeks Cameron spent at her aunt's house. So I know that 4 6/7 is what she starts with having left, and I know that she uses some of it at her aunt's house, and now she's left with 3 1/7. Okay. So to find out how much so that means that the 3 1/7 that she has not spent yet, plus the amount at her aunt's house, which I have no idea, need to add up to the 4 6/7. Okay, so that is an answer choice, and I know that with addition there's also a subtraction sentence that means the same thing. So if I take my total, 4 6/7, and I take away 3 1/7, that will give me the number of weeks that Cameron spent at her aunt's house. Okay, and so that's the other correct answer. Now, to answer part 2, I need to actually do the problem, so I'm going to subtract the whole numbers. 4 minus 3 is 1. 6/7 minus 1/7 is 5/7. So there's the answer, 1 5/7 weeks. Okay, that's one type of problem that you might have. Another one, Tori's at a summer volleyball camp. The players practice hitting, serving, and setting for 1 3/4 of an hour each day. Their scrimmages and breaks take 2 3/4 hours each day. Choose all the number of sentences that can be used to find the amount of time those players spend at Tori's volleyball camp. Okay, so it's going to have to be a total. So there weren't really any words that gave us a clue, but just by reading the problem, I understand that they're going to do 1 hour and 3/4 of something and then 2 hours and 3/4 of something else, so they're going to add those together. So it's going to be 1 3/4 plus 2 3/4 equaling the total. The subtraction would be the question mark minus one of the others, minus either this one or that one. But there's no answer choice like that, so I don't have to worry about a second answer. So I believe it's going to be 1 3/4 plus 2 3/4. Now, oh yeah, they tried to trick me because there's another problem with the fractions just switched around, and with adding it doesn't matter if you go in any order. So those are the two possible answer choices. And let's go ahead and answer part 2 by adding up the whole numbers. That's 3. The fractions add up to 6/4. Now that's going to be not the appropriate way to answer that because I don't want to leave a fraction over 1 whole in a mixed number. So this is going to equal 3 4/4 plus 2/4. That's what the mixed number or the improper fraction turns into. I know that 4/4 is 1 whole, so 3 plus 1 whole equals 4. And then the 2/4, so 4 2/4, the 2/4 could be simplified by dividing by 2 over 2. So I'm going to end up with 4 1/2. 4 1/2 is the time that the players spend at volleyball camp. All right, one more practice problem and then you're on your own. Okay, we've got Richard's pet frog jumps 1 2/6 feet. Then it jumps 5/6 of a foot. He found the difference in the two distances like that. Use estimation to determine if his answer could be correct. Complete the sentences correctly. All right. So we're using estimation. So I'm going to start here. 1 2/6 is 2/6 more than 1. So greater than. I'm not going to write it all, but you know what I mean. And 5/6 is what compared to 1? It's a sixth less than 1. When Richard subtracts, the result should be what compared to 1. Okay, so if we're starting 1 2/6 more than 1, and we're taking away less than 1, then his answer should be, it should be less than 1. Right? We've got 1 2/6, it's only 2/6 bigger, and we're taking 5/6 away from that. His answer needs to be less than 1. So his answer is incorrect. His answer was more than 1. There's no way. When you look at the problem here, you can see that if you're taking away more than 2/6, your answer has to be smaller than 1. The answer Richard came up with is even bigger than what he started with. It's even bigger than 1 2/6. So his answer is definitely incorrect. I don't know what this line means. Incorrect. Okay, so you can use that by estimation. We didn't even have to find the exact answer. All right, it is your turn to work on some of these problems. Make sure you read them carefully. In your quick check, make sure you look for clues to see what you're supposed to do. And good luck. See you soon.